All right, and we are live. Laneice leads. My name is Johnna Bateman. You can also call me Grace. That's another name that I go by. I just want to first of all thank you for just giving me your time today. I know it's Easter, and this is a family day, but I really appreciate you giving me your time. So, this is not about the name, but about the impact. I said it right, right?
Yes. Thank you, Johnna, right?
Yeah,
Yes,
Johnna or
that is my
Grace.
mother's name. So,
Really?
yes.
Are you serious?
Yes. So, I love the name, of course. So, thank you so much for
Wow.
having me on here. I'm super excited to be able to have this conversation on this Resurrection Sunday. It
Mhm.
is a family day. It is definitely a day of impact, right? So I'm excited
Absolutely.
to talk about the impact. So yeah,
Yes, great.
it's
So
really
before
excited.
we get into the impact, what are you grateful for today?
I'm just grateful for what the day represents. I'm
Okay.
grateful for family. I'm grateful just for another day to be in my right mind to understand what I'm grateful for.
That's good. Okay. And before we get about or I'm sorry, not get about, but start get into the topic, I wanted to ask you a few questions if you did not mind. And the first
Please.
one, yeah, what's your relationship status? Single, married?
Yes, my status is unmarried. Yes.
Okay, unmarried. Okay, are you unmarried and dating?
Yes, I'm married and dating.
Okay. Have you ever been married before?
Yes, I've been married before, but I'm divorced.
Okay, yeah. Okay, great. When did you get married the first time? How old were you?
I was, I was in my 30s. I'm trying to think. Yeah, I was in my 30s. I'm trying to remember. I've been divorced now 7 years, I
Okay,
believe.
7 years.
Yes.
How did you meet your ex-husband?
Through a friend, a mutual friend who was dating his friend, his cousin. And
Okay.
so, yeah.
And how did it lead to marriage?
Well, honestly, how it led to marriage, we kind of talked about it and discussed it because I was a woman of faith and I did not want to be shacking because I was shacking at the time. And
Okay.
I felt it necessary to go ahead and get married
Mhm.
because I was really under the belief it's better to marry than to burn. um, so, we both agreed that we wanted to get married, and so we did.
Okay, good. And how long were you all dating before you got married?
Oh, so me and him have a very, very interesting journey together. So I had met him before I left for college,
Mhm.
and there was some indiscretions in our relationship, and we broke up.
Okay.
And so when I came back from college, he pursued me hard. Like he was coming up to my job. He was just like, "You're the best thing that ever happened to me," and he just was at me, at me, at me, at me. And we
Mhm.
always had fun. That was like never
Mhm.
our issue. He was, he's still a fun person. Like we
Mhm.
still like could talk to this day. Like
Okay, that was my next
so,
question. Are y'all still friends?
friends is a term I wouldn't necessarily use, but we still can talk. You know what I
Okay.
mean?
Do you all have children together? You're funny.
But yeah, he's a great person. He's a great
Okay.
individual, but we just we just not married.
I
There's
got you.
times and seasons for everything, and our season just is over, and I've accepted that. And so,
So do
but
y'all have kids together?
no, we don't have any biological children together. He
Mhm.
he has a daughter,
Mhm.
and she's still in my life. So
Okay.
when we broke up the first time, he he got somebody pregnant, and so
Mhm.
then when I came back, he had he had two children by that time.
Okay.
And so, but by the time we got married, he had one child. One of
Okay.
the
By the time you got married, and
mhm, one of
y'all
the
were married 7 years.
no, we were married 4.
Okay, you all. Hmm.
We're together 7.
Okay, you were together 7, and then you divorced. You all got a divorce 7 years ago.
Yeah.
Okay, and what made you all get a divorce?
Well, at the end, it was just a decision of either you're gonna make some decision. It was more so there was a lot of reasons why we did. Okay,
What was the
it's not
main
just one
reason?
reason, but there were a lot of things that in the end ended up happening where it was best for my peace of mind, my
Mhm.
decision. There were things that happened in our relationship where um, there were verbal things going on
Mhm.
early. There were a few physical things, but that wasn't consistent in our relationship.
Mhm.
But
Mhm.
there's a lot alcohol
Mhm.
abuse was the biggest thing in our relationship that just kind of I was just it was a boundary at it was a boundary that I accepted from the
Mhm.
beginning, but in the end, it was one that I just no longer could tolerate
Mhm.
because it was just a boundary that just was not healthy for the continuation of our relationship because that boundary caused other boundaries to be broken.
Okay, got you.
And so
Mhm.
to the point where it was okay, we have to make a decision, and then it comes to a point where you have to make your own decision.
Right.
And
So
so
go ahead.
that's what and then the thing about it is you don't get married to get divorced.
Right,
And
right.
so even when we got separated,
Mhm.
I always thought we were going to get back together.
Yeah.
um when we got divorced, I thought we were going to get back together.
Okay.
um it wasn't until about I want to say 3 years ago.
Mhm.
I want to say about 3 years ago that
Mhm.
I really that's when there's like a freedom. I don't know the right word. I don't really have the right word for it. Where I was really um people want to say healed.
Mhm.
I don't even really want to use the word healed,
Mhm.
but where I really felt like I'm ready.
Mhm.
You know, I'm
Mhm.
ready and I can move on.
Forward.
Yeah,
Yeah.
forward. And so, and the reason why I don't like to say completely healed and things like that, we have past traumas in our lives, right?
Mhm.
And so I believe that past traumas in our life are onions and they're constantly peeling away. So I feel right now that I am healed, right? And I
Okay.
can say that. I can constantly say I'm healed.
Mhm.
However, when past traumas come up into our lives,
Mhm.
what will happen is when something happens, it can trigger it. And I might not even know that that was still there until something triggers it. So right
Right.
now, I'm like, I'm good.
Mhm.
Nothing is there. But I can't say that nothing will ever be there.
Right. I understand that.
And
Mhm.
so that's why I would say this is a journey and I have to trust the journey. I have to trust the process and I'm okay with that. And I'm okay that as I date, understanding especially with my age as I date, these men are going to have a process too,
Mhm.
that I may say or do something and I have to realize, okay, are you experiencing me from the lens of your past trauma experience or is
Mhm.
this something that maybe I'm I'm crossing a boundary that is not acceptable or is this just really a past trauma experience? That's why we have to communicate and really get through this because
Mhm.
okay, you touched me in a way that I didn't even realize, you know what?
Mhm.
Because okay, I hadn't been touched, so how would
Right.
I even know that that was really going to be a trigger
Yeah.
for you? You get what I'm saying?
Mhm. You didn't realize
So
how deep the wound really was.
yeah.
It's
And
not
so
even just
things
you, but
like
a
that,
lot of us.
I always tell people be have some grace with yourself because you can say,
Right.
oh, I'm healed, I'm freely healed, I'm this, I'm that,
Mhm.
and walk in that and be okay. Like, yeah, I can gladly say I'm healed, I'm this. But there can be an experience that might bring up something, and don't discount your healing because you have a moment, a trigger point.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
So you're still healed, but it is a process. It is a journey that you will go through. And it might not just be that one relationship. It could be from your childhood. It could be from some. So you have to really spend time with yourself and understand, well, what is this about? What is this triggering for me? Why am I
Right.
feeling this way?
Right. So, I mean, that was a great response. So, when in your last marriage, when did you realize it wasn't working?
Oh, it was way before the paper was signed. I can tell you that.
You know, you smile a lot. It's like you smile a lot about this. That so that smile is very interesting to me.
Well, I have joy. You know what I'm saying? I have joy
Yeah.
about the whole
Okay,
situation.
that's great. Yeah.
I have joy about my life. I have joy about.
Mhm.
I'm happy for him. He's
Mhm.
moved on. He's in a good relationship. He's in love.
Good.
I'm happy for him. You know,
Mhm.
he deserves to have a good, healthy
Mhm.
relationship that's working for him.
Mhm.
I want that for myself as well. So I can
Absolutely.
look back at every experience that I have, and I'm not at the space where I was in a space where I wouldn't smile about it because at that
Right.
moment I didn't have, and it's not that I'm like, oh, I have joy. I have joy about Laneice, not
Good.
necessarily about like every single thing that I went through,
Right.
but
So
I have
so when
joy
was
that
it?
I'm in the space that I'm in now. You know,
When did you realize that it wasn't working? Mm.
um, I can't pinpoint the moment, but it was before I verbalized it. It was
Right.
before it happened. It's those moments when we decide to be quiet versus speaking up.
That's
It's
scary,
those
isn't it?
moments when
Mhm.
I see this and it's a boundary that's crossed, but versus saying, let's talk about this. What was this about? It's I'm gonna be quiet. I'm gonna leave it alone.
Mhm.
Let's not talk about this.
Mhm.
It's and then it's piled up, piled up, piled up,
Mhm.
and it's those things that you kind of just keep sweeping under. Well, me sweeping under, sweeping under, sweeping under, where it becomes a bigger issue and a bigger concern and a bigger concern, and then trying to put band-aids on it, when now it needs surgery, it needs multiple surgeries,
Uh-huh.
and then it's like, okay, now I'm trying to get surgery when maybe if I would address it earlier,
Mhm.
or when I went into it with this knowledge, you know what I mean,
Mhm.
not really taking consideration of the bigger picture, just looking, and I don't want to get too much into those details, but
No, you're fine because I want to know what are the specifics. What did you sweep under the rug?
oh yeah, like sweeping under the rug far as having a religious mindset,
Okay, meaning.
um meaning like, oh, I'd rather get married than to burn,
Okay.
should I have gotten married, I mean,
Yeah.
should I had just had some discipline. I mean, there's
Yeah.
other choices that I could have made.
Uh-huh. Right.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, that's why I was like, I don't know if this is really the space to get into that, but that's really what it boils
I
down
think it
to.
is the space.
What other decisions should I have made
Yeah.
versus just saying like, okay, well, I don't want to
Go to
burn
hell,
in
so I'm gonna
hell,
go.
and I don't want to do
Yeah.
this. Well, I was burning in an internal hell. That's the
Right.
choice that I chose, and then I still ended up in a divorce. So there were different decisions. There's different conversations that I should have had.
Mhm.
What I didn't even talk about or think about boundaries that I wanted to have. I knew that I didn't even drink and party, but you're marrying somebody that does all that. So
Yeah.
how is your life really gonna look? Yeah, it's fun and it's giggles and it's laughs now, but you're talking about spending your life with someone. I didn't have
Right.
real conversations and thoughts about this. You know what I
Mhm.
mean?
Mhm.
So there are different actions and things that I really should have planned out before
Right.
I took that leap. Did I, like really what was the core of it? Was I, you know, and even moving past that, like, and I'm gonna, just divert a little bit if that's okay. When thinking about getting married again, I had to make sure that I didn't fall into a trap of wanting a title and a status so bad
Yeah.
that you don't
Yeah.
fall into the trap of I want to be married. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Because you know what, you will fall into the same situation, just a different person, different actor, different character. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Sometimes we can glorify the status,
That's
you
very
know,
true.
and I'm a woman of faith. And
Hmm.
ultimately, we sometimes glorify marriage as if it's some reward and singleness as
Yeah.
if it's some punishment. Like, if I'm good
Hmm.
enough, if I do this, then I will get the reward of marriage. Marriage is not some reward for being good or doing right. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? It's not that. And so I think that we have to change our perspective of what it is.
Yeah.
It's a reality, it's hard work, and it's not a special reward for this. Okay. And so
Right.
it's just
Yeah.
like, really change your perspective about what it is and understand that whether you're single or whether you're married, it's a gift. But the ultimate goal in life
Yes.
is not marriage. The ultimate goal in life is when you're married, not to get single. The
Okay.
ultimate goal in life is to live your life for Christ and to be more like Him. And so when we change our perspective about what is your ultimate goal, then maybe I can then line up to get whatever it is that my prayer and my heart desire is. And then
Hmm.
I'm not trying to get some type of
Right.
status. And I think that's with anything, whether I'm trying to get the status of becoming a mother or the status of being a
Yeah.
business owner or the status,
Right.
these different statuses. And
Very
what is our
true.
motive? What is your motive for wanting to be a wife? Do you think it's something better or glorified to be that? Let's
Yes.
be real with ourselves. And so really it's getting in that space and understanding, why do I want to be a wife? Why do
Right.
I want to be this so bad?
Yeah.
Really get down
Right.
to that perspective and understand my mindset and understand me and understand that this is a journey called life, and what is the end goal? You know,
Right.
because if I don't understand that, guess what? I'm gonna be a hot mess when I'm married. I'm a hot mess when
Hmm.
I'm single. It's just gonna
Yeah.
it's gonna be the same. I'm bringing me no matter where I go. And so, really, the ultimate thing is, who is Laneice?
Right.
Who is she? Let me
Hmm.
learn her. Let me understand her. And guess what? I can learn her and understand her. And that doesn't mean that it's going to equal this gift called marriage, right?
Right. Hmm.
Or it could mean, guess what? I could get married, right?
Yeah. But it's not good or
So
bad.
I don't know. That's just my perspective. Like, stop putting it on like this special pedestal or something like that. Marriage is a beautiful thing. It's a gift.
Hmm.
Yes. But singleness is a gift
It's
too.
a gift. It is.
Right, they both are. And so let's stop making them
Yes.
like this a battle against each other, and let's
Yeah.
honor it for what it is.
Hmm. Absolutely agree. So you did say that you are currently dating now.
Mhm. Mhm.
Yep. And how long have you been with the man you're with now?
About 6 months.
Okay. How's that going?
I mean, it's going.
Okay. Is
we
this
are
a
in the we are in the informational stage.
okay? How long do you all like? Have you getting some good information?
Yeah, we're getting good information. We're collecting data. That's what you do. You collect data. You
Okay.
see what each one goal is.
Hmm.
And we'll see. I mean,
Yeah.
everybody has different lengths of how long you're going to be in that
Yeah.
collection
Information
stage.
stage. Yeah.
You have to know. You have to know what your goal is. You know what I
Right.
mean?
What's
What is
your
your
goal?
goal? I mean, ultimately, I'm not going to be dating somebody for 3 and 4 years. Like, that is not ultimately my goal.
Okay.
But there is a stage where I do believe that I want to see somebody in all. I want to see somebody in all of their seasons. I want to see how you act when you're angry. I want to see that.
Yeah, I understand.
I really want to spend time just seeing some different things about your character. How do you
Hmm.
show up certain ways and things of that nature?
Okay.
And I want you to see me too, because sometimes people are they enjoy the thought of who you are. No, I don't need
Yeah.
you to like the representation of me. I need you
Right.
to like who I am outside of what you see on Facebook or social media
Okay.
and all this other kind of stuff. Like me with my hair looking a mess. I need you to see me in all those stations when I'm stressed, I need you to understand that. And how do you speak to that woman?
Right. And
That's,
how is
that's what I mean.
the best way to see these things when you're not living with the person?
I think time will offer those situations for you because life is happening. I mean, especially now. I mean, stressful situations is going to happen during that time. Unfortunately, something can happen. You could lose somebody. You could get in a stressful situation at work.
Okay.
Different things are going to happen in your life that it's just not going to be perfect,
And
right?
so give them an opportunity to show
Just
yourself.
give them, yes. And I think we have to ask questions. We really have to
Yes.
ask, and we have to talk about boundaries. We have to talk about, well, what do you think about finances? What do you think? Who do you
Yeah.
think should pay for dates? What do you think? What kind of debt do you have? We need to have these real kind of conversations.
Right.
And depending on the age, there's different ages of women's in this
Mhm.
group. I'm assuming, like, do you want children? Do you already have children? What is your relationship like with them? I have friends that have blended families. Well, what does that
Mhm.
look like? What is your relationship with the father? Well, what do you feel like? Like, how's that communicate? We have to have these real conversations, um, because we have to know what our boundary is, what their boundaries are. What is that? What are your physical boundaries? Things of that nature. We need to have these kind of conversations. What was your family upbringing? What do you believe about that? What do you believe about discipline? What are your beliefs about? We need to talk about this.
Yeah. Ask these questions. Do you have children?
I don't have any biological children. I have biological children. I just have my daughter.
Spiritual children?
My daughter, when I was married, I still have a relationship with her.
Your stepdaughter? Is it? Hold on. You have a stepdaughter, right?
Yeah.
Do you want biological children?
Well, not necessarily. If the Lord
Okay.
says so, I'm 42 years old, so
Okay. We have another lady. That's so funny. We have another lady. She's gonna speak soon.
Mhm.
She has a 2-year-old. She's 41, and I wanted her to speak on that because
Mhm.
it's her sixth child.
Wow.
And I thought it was important for women to know if they're still interested in having kids that they need to see that as possible.
Oh, I
And
believe that. You know what?
yeah,
I believe that anything. I think about, well, I don't want to get too preachy, but I think about Sarah in the Bible, you know what I mean? I think about how she in her moment didn't know that she was going to be somebody's testimony, like for a Laneice, if Laneice wanted to have.
right,
And
yeah,
sometimes when we go through things and how we go through
hmm
things, we don't know who we are, being a testimony for. And so I definitely believe that if it is his will, and also if you have to be agreeable to it as
right,
well.
right, right, right.
So if I'm agreeable to it, if I get married and the man doesn't have any, and we both agree to it, it would have to be
Yeah.
soon. Um, I would say yes. Part of me desires it, and part of me doesn't.
Yes,
I go
yeah,
through my emotions. I'm gonna be honest. Like,
right,
ooh, I could be
absolutely.
okay because I could just do what I want to do. It's
Yeah,
it's kind of like that married and single life. I'm gonna be honest because when you're single, you don't have to answer to anybody.
yeah,
You don't have to
absolutely.
ask my husband any kind. I get up and go and do what I want.
Right.
And that's the
Uh-huh.
same thing with children. You ain't gotta find a babysitter. You ain't gotta do nothing. When you have them kids, it's different.
Yes,
You
absolutely.
know.
How was your relationship with your stepdaughter though?
Well, now they moved, and so they moved to Arizona. So now it's different now because I don't have her here anymore. I used to get her on weekends, but so
Mhm.
now I don't get to see her. So now I have more. I'll
For
get to
freedom.
physically see her. So we get to talk, and she actually I just talked to her today, and she's like, "When you gonna come down and see me?" And so I know I gotta make my way down to go see her soon.
Right. So
So
I want to know about it's not about the name but about the impact. Let's talk about that.
yes. And so I always say that, sometimes we're looking to get our name out there or whatever, but really at the end of the day, it's about the impact that we leave. And
Yeah.
so what are people saying about you when you are not around? What can be said about you? And so really that's really what that is all about. It's not about my name, but
Mhm.
it's about what I represent. And even when you think about what this group represents, um,
Mhm.
those that desire to get married, those that desire to be wives, or those that are already wives. It's
Right.
really like it's not even about, it's about your legacy, because
Mhm.
at the end of the day, yeah, you'll have a name, but it's what impact is your name going to leave?
Right.
Because that's what's going to carry on. So everything that we do should always be about what the impact is going to be later. And so when we operate in that, we're not operating in selfishness, because it's easy to
Right.
get in, how's this going to affect me? What does this have to do
Mhm.
with me? And it's easy. I mean, we're individuals. We think about our own needs.
Yeah.
That's natural. But in the end, like, how is this going to have a bigger impact in the end? And
Mhm.
so that way, it can not only touch us, but it can touch those that are coming after us. And so really, when we think about that, I think that that is definitely the way to operate, especially to our future wives, our current wives in the group. You are definitely going to lead, and then even leaving an impact on how women who are desiring to get married and women that are already married. Sometimes they say that you can't have relationships with women and things like that. I don't believe that. I believe
Who,
that,
say that again? Who said you can't have a relationship with women?
sometimes women will say, like, oh, if I'm married, I can't have a relationship with a woman that's single and things like that. You got to separate that. Now, I do
Mhm.
believe that, of course, married couples will go out with married couples and things like that. But I do believe that you definitely can have healthy relationships
Yeah.
with women that are single, and vice versa. And people will honor your marriage, and you can get wise counsel. The Bible even says to get wise counsel. So I'm
Mhm.
so honored that you even have this group here,
Mhm.
and that you're pouring into the women, and that you are setting the stage for that to happen, and a space for them to be able to ask questions, to get their questions answered, and things of that nature, and for us to be able to connect. And also, it's
Absolutely.
good to see, like, guess what? It's nothing wrong with desiring it. You don't even look desperate. Like, we need to, first of all, we need to
Yeah.
stop that narrative. I do
Mhm.
not like that. You can desire a man, you can desire
Mhm.
a husband. That is not desperate. You
No,
know,
it's not.
it's now, if you're talking about it all the time, that becomes
Yeah.
you don't want to be needy. And the reason
Yeah.
why, because your perception, you can be deceived then. Because when
Mhm.
you become too needy, then you're not seeing clearly. Now that's
Right.
different, but it's nothing wrong with desiring it, right?
Right.
So it's nothing wrong with that. And so I think that this is a good space, and it's
Mhm.
a healthy space,
Mhm.
because, like I said, the word says you have to seek wise counsel, and then you be amongst other people who can give it, pour it, and then it's like we're receiving back and forth.
Right. Absolutely. And before I go into how exactly you help people, I
Mhm.
wanted to know what do people say about you after you leave the room?
Well,
Or their reviews of you?
yeah. So normally, I hear pretty positive things about myself. Um, People have asked me to come back and speak. I've gotten different awards and things like that. So
Mhm.
I would tend to say, that
Mhm.
I have a positive impact.
Mhm.
I have an organization. I'm a co-founder of Big, Beautiful, and Blessed, and so I hear a lot of positive things from the women that are part of that organization. So I think that just really being authentic and in a space where I just kind of share who I am and my
Mhm.
truth, and
Right.
being transparent at the appropriate time. I think that's
Right.
important too. Sometimes we it's not the time.
Right.
You know what I
Mhm.
mean? And
Absolutely.
so I think that that's really important. And so um, I think we just have to be mindful of that.
Right. And so what ways specifically do you help? Do you just help women or do you help men? You help both? What
My
ways?
focus, my focus is women. Um,
Okay.
so through Big, Beautiful, and Blessed, we focus on plus size women of faith, where
Okay.
we do a calendar, and we do a runway show once a year.
Okay.
We also have a youth component to that as well,
Mhm.
where we work with the youth and do positive body image workshops, things like that
Okay.
with the youth. And then I also um, I'm a motivational speaker, so I
Mm-hmm.
do speak. And then I also have for anybody that's listening today, I definitely want two things I want to give away today. So for the first
Oh,
person that if anybody is listening today and maybe you are struggling, maybe you went through some type of um breakup and you're having a hard time on like how do I get through this? This is a book, When the Soul Cries. I'm
I like
one of the
that.
authors in here, and I get really personal in here, talk about some domestic violence and things that I went through, but I talk about the steps that I actually took to get through that cycle. So I definitely want to bless one of your listeners with this book um,
Okay.
today. So I'm an author. And then this book here, this is my most recent book, 7-Day Journey to Discovering Your Purpose.
Okay.
And I want to bless a listener here. And this is what I believe that as we are, and again, I don't like to use the word really waiting. You know how we say,
Okay.
"Oh, I'm in waiting. I'm waiting for my mate." You know,
Mm-hmm.
again, I think that we are, you know, we're not waiting for our mate. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? We are in transition to waiting to finish our purpose, and our ultimate
Mm-hmm.
purpose is to be with God. So as we're on the journey, you know, we will meet our mate. As we're on our journey, we will have our children. As we're on that journey, we will get our careers. You know, different seasons in our life. There's a time and a season for everything under the sun. So,
Mm-hmm.
because waiting seemed like we just, oh, I'm waiting. You know, no, honey, you're not desperate. You are right on here
Right.
tonight. Okay.
Can you send up in the comments? Can you put a link to how they can connect with you,
Yes, yes,
uh,
yes.
so that
I
they can get your
will.
book? So your mother is Johnna McGee.
Yes, she is. She
That's
on there.
funny. When we allowed her to come in, I was like, "There's another Johnna." I'm like,
Yes,
I
yeah,
keep seeing
I will
Johnnas.
bless somebody with this book, A 7-Day Purpose to Discover Your Purpose. So I definitely think that's something that we should be doing is working on our purpose while we are on our journey. So
Absolutely.
yes,
Can you put that in the comments where they
I'm
can
trying
find
to
you?
see how I can. Okay, yeah,
If you can't do that, we can do it once we get off.
yeah.
Um but yes, Laneice, I really appreciate your testimony. I'm glad to know that you are a motivational speaker and that you promote positive body image for plus size women, correct?
Mm-hmm.
And the youth.
Yes.
I think that's very important. And I loved your energy tonight, and I really appreciate you because you did talk about, a little bit about domestic violence. Because now my question is, how do you know about that? You didn't mention anything about that, so I guess that's for the book, huh?
Yes, I mean, we all have a journey, right? So, I
Right,
mean, I have a lot of stories.
right. A lot of stories to tell.
I've had a lot of seasons in my life. I can say that. So yes, that was a season, some stuff that I went through, some things that I seen. Again, that's why I mentioned there could be a lot of past trauma. So that's why I
Right,
always have to ask myself, like, what is this past trauma about? You know,
right,
is this because it might not even be a relationship like a male female relationship. It might have something to do with my childhood. It might have something to do with
right.
what a teacher said to me or did to me. There's so many different things that have happened
Hmm.
that I have to make sure that I am actively listening to myself and
Hmm.
actively, checking my emotions. Where is
Hmm.
this coming from, and how am I moving forward in the best way that serves Laneice Leeds now?
Right, gotcha. So, like I said, thank you so much for giving us your time, telling us your testimony, and letting us know how that we can connect with you. And the beautiful offer that you have given people. I mean, it's a freebie. Who doesn't like free stuff?
Right.
So we thank you all, whoever is watching, and anybody who is able to catch the replay. If you're able to catch the replay, please look out for Laneice and tell her, hey, am I allowed to get the gift now? I don't know when it's gonna be given away. So anyway, we will see you all next time. Bye.
Thank you.